What's up, YouTube? This is Marvel Games coming at you with another video guide for this time RuneScape 2007 edition. So this is on a private server called Vidyascape for RuneScape. And I'm going to be showing, this is going to be part of a series on doing God Wars Dungeon as a solo player. And so this first video is for Armadyl, the bird boss. Drops the ranged gear, the Armadyl God Sword, which is probably the best for PKing. So yeah, here I'm at outside. I teleported to Trollheim, and here I'm showing my loadout that I'm bringing. I'd probably would say this is the best in slot you could bring. Basically what I'm doing here is maximizing my ranged bonus as much as possible. Kree'arra probably has the most defense of any of the bosses at God Wars, so that's kind of what I'm aiming for here. So you see I'm risking quite a lot with bringing Ranger Boots and Archer Ring. And like you take a lot of damage at God Wars too, so that's why I bring the Dragonfire Shield along with the crossbow. I bring Nezi Helm because you're going to be praying range, so you will be taking melee and magic damage, so that's probably the best helm for that. It gives a small magic defense bonus and a melee bonus, so I think that would be the best. You can experiment possibly with, Kree'arra mainly does magic damage to you, so just keep that in mind. So I would say Nezi Helm's best. And then, of course, Fury Amulet, Ava's Accumulator, Barrow's Gloves, and so here I'm using Armadyl Chestplate, which I was really lucky to get early on. Otherwise, if you, I'm sure you don't have it yet, so if you don't, then you would instead bring probably Dragon Hide, because it gives you high magic defense and high melee defense, like higher melee than Carol's, so it's probably not worth risking Carol's when Black D Hide gives you some good defense of what you'll need. And then I have Zamorak chaps, so you'll want to bring some kind of piece of Zamorak gear, because when you're getting kill count, you'll be around Zamorak mobs, which you don't actually want to fight, so that's why I have that. And if you don't have if you don't have a Zamorak D-hide piece, then well, you're gonna first, if you don't have Armadyl chestplate or another piece of Armadyl armor, then you're gonna need the symbol of his from the Temple of Ikov quest. So that's gonna fill up your amulet spot while you're getting kill count. So then you're gonna need something else for Zamorak if you don't have the rare treasure trail pieces. So probably like the Zamorak book would be best, which you should probably have by the time you get to get. I hope you do by the time you get to God Wars. So yeah, that's kind of the explanation of my gear choices. And then my inventory is some pots, just prayer pots, restores, some cerebrers, range pot, and sharks. And then another critical piece is to bring the mithril grapple. That's just required to get to Armadyl Zone. And then you'll also want to bring Bones to Peaches. You need that because it'll ensure that you don't use any of your supplies getting the kill count. That's like the most important thing, is to not waste any of your supplies when you're not actually fighting the boss. And then so you're going to also bring two types of ammo. I bring Addy Bolts and Addy Bolts Diamond Enchant. That's just kind of to save money because diamonds are pretty hard to get. So yeah, just use normal addy bolts for killing the mobs. Alright, so now that I've showed that, let me unpause and we can continue this run. I think I'm going to speed it up a bit because I'm actually going to be showing the entire run, so how to get kill count. So yeah, just making it faster though, because Arma is probably the boss that takes the longest to get kill count for. You're going to be fighting the Avianesses, which are actually a really good money maker. They drop clues almost every trip, and you'll get about 40 addy bars noted each trip. So that's really nice for your smithing XP or just reselling, and it also resupplies your ammo. So if the nice thing about God Wars is that depending which boss you pick to go after, it's going to resupply you on a certain supply that you'll use like for everything. So Armadyl gives you addy for your addy bolts, and he also drops like dwarf weed, so it'll take care of your range pots as well. And oh yeah, these also drop nature runes a lot too, so that's kind of your replenishment for Bones to Peaches. So something people do when going to God Wars is that because you need to teleport to Trollheim, so that's 2 law runes and 2 fire runes that like waste space in your inventory. And so they'll like teleport twice and like drop sharks or whatever, and then teleport back, if that makes sense, and then so that they don't have 2 empty spots in their inventory. But I don't do that just because you need 2 inventory spaces anyway to hold your addy bars and probably some other things like this clue that I already got, and I could actually drop this mithril grapple to get another inventory spot to hold like nature runes. I'm not sure that I actually do this in this video, but yeah, you can do that. So you may want to like craft a bunch of myth grapples so that you can just drop them without caring about losing them. So yeah, here I'm basically just targeting Avianses that are like level 70. These are the lowest ones around. And I do it here rather than outside just because like there's a spot you can get the kill count out, but there's like Bandos mobs there, and I didn't have Bandos protection, so it was kind of just a pain dealing with it. I think there were Sarah mobs too, so it's just, I think it's safer, and you'll take less damage if you do it in here. But obviously you can experiment both ways, but this is how I tend to like doing it. I think less people do it too, so, but maybe not after this video. But so the method I'm using here is I kill about 5 or 6 of these, and then probably by the time I've done that, I'm down to 70 hit points. So then I can just drop my sharks, and like I drop 5 or 6 sharks, pick up all the bones, use the Bones to Peaches tab, and then I can basically full heal. So here you see I'm doing that, and then I just pick up the sharks after I'm done. So it's kind of a technique I learned at Dagonoth Kings, where you're like juggling your loot kinda. So pro tip there for just if you bring a big stack of Bones to Peaches tabs, like I think I usually only use like 3 or 4 per trip. That'll take care of all your sustaining you while you get your kill count. So Bones to Peaches is a great thing, so make sure you've grinded that by the time you get to high level so that you can do God Wars comfortably. Stats I'm doing this at are I have close to max range. I think I started farming Arma when I was like 96 or 97 ranged. So just keep that in mind. Is like this is a very ranged boss. I think it's immune to melee, so it's your only choice is to go ranged. So if you wanna get the best value out of your supplies, you should wait to do this until you're like 90 plus range. And I also have, I think, 91 defense in this, so high defense also crucial. So yeah, I would say 90 plus range and 90 plus defense are required for this. So yeah, just keep killing the level 70 avians. Things they drop is pretty much just addy bars, nature runes. They like drop 9 nature runes at a time, so it's pretty good. And they also drop swordfish. So if you get lucky and you get a swordfish drop, you may want to actually like drop your mithril grapple and just keep one for the boss fight. Just because it can get really tight depending on how unlucky or lucky you are with the fight. Or sometimes you can't hit, or sometimes you get blown up for some reason by the minions. So just any space you can make for extra food like a swordfish is pretty valuable. I don't know that a peach makes much of a difference, but you can do that too. I mean, if you don't get like a nature rune drop at all. So kind of figure that out by your experience here. So here I am. I think I just finished getting 40 kill count, which you need to enter the boss room. So let me go to normal speed. Here I'm topping my health off by using one last bones to peaches and picking up my sharks. And I think, yeah, I'm going straight to the boss. So when you get to this part, you're gonna need to remember to do 6 things. Well, quite a few things actually. First, if you're wearing an armadillo symbol, you need to remember to put your fury back on. I forgot to do that so many times, and it's such a killer when you teleport out and you realize you never put on your amulet of fury. And then as you go in, you're gonna drink 3 potions. You're gonna put on your Sarah brew, a super restore, and then your ranged pot. That'll max out your defense and your ranged attack. And then you're gonna put on 3 prayers. You're gonna put on Eagle Eye, Steel Skin, and Protect from Range. So the boss can hit up to 60 or 70 or some ridiculous amount with its ranged attack. So just always have your ranged prayer going. And then you'll want Steel Skin because you'll be still taking magic damage from, you can see kree'arra there is doing 2 different attacks, of a blue tornado and a gray tornado. The blue one does magic damage, so you'll want Steel Skin up to just help with that. And of course Eagle Eye to give you even more ranged attack. Because I experimented with this a little bit where choosing whether to try to stack defense versus stacking ranged attack, and ranged attack absolutely won. Like you want to kill it as fast as possible, and that'll reduce the damage that you take overall. And then kind of the goal here is to get 2 kills per trip. So you could even think of this as like you're just farming addy bars, but once you get 40 kills, why not just go kill kree'arra for the hell of it? And I mean, you're trading away some sharks and some potions, and for possibly getting freaking armor that's worth millions of gold. So why not do it? So it's pretty easy with you just have your ranged supplies and you go like this. You don't really take high burst damage in this. It's just the minions are poking at you, and the ranged attack hits you occasionally. So just make sure you keep your health above like 70 or whatever. Just if you're minus 20 hit points, then eat a shark so that you're not risking anything. But the thing with kree'arra that you need to remember is that you always need to be attacking her or him. Because if you don't, then he'll try to melee you. So you just always need to, if you are like eating and drinking pots during the fight, you need to like drink and then fire a bolt at him, and then drink another thing and then fire. You can't just spam drink potions and not attack, because then he'll move into melee you, and you don't want to be meleeed by him. That's just he does way more damage melee than he does with his tornadoes at range. So just always keep your attack focused on him, just by drink, attack, sort of, if that makes sense. So after he dies, you can see I got a key half. It's pretty nice. I mean, that pays for the trip. And first you'll want to be killing the magic attacking ad, which I think is like Lieutenant Scree or something. That's just who I kill first, and then you kill the melee one, and then finally you kill the ranged one. Usually I can't finish him, so but it just works out because you always keep your protect ranged prayer up, which you can get absolutely fucked if like you don't have that up and like kree'arra spawns and like he gets an attack off on you. So never take it off, basically. So here he is again for the second kill. Looks like I've pretty much used half my supply, so as long as I don't get unlucky, I should be able to finish this run. So just keeping topped off. Just be watching your health and your prayer in the top right next to your minimap. Make sure you know how many points you get from prayer pots and super restores, so that you're not wasting them by like drinking too early. And also don't wait too long to drink, also, because like you might get into a situation where you're like low on prayer, low on health, and you'll just be stressed out trying to drink a bunch of things at once. And again, that's the bad thing that can happen to you on kree'arra, is because if you lose control like that, then he'll move into melee you, and then it just gets worse and worse, because you'll take more damage when he's meleeing you, and you're probably not going to be able to finish the kill if you get into that situation. About the only thing you could do is like try to kite him, but really it isn't too bad to just drink, attack, eat, attack, etc. So yeah, finishing this up, just praying that my diamond bolts are hitting. That's another thing you need to remember, though, is to always have your diamond bolts equipped when you're fighting the boss. To save money, I equip just normal addy bolts when I'm like killing the ads and when I'm getting the kill count. So that's just something you need to train yourself to remember with like equipping your amulet of fury and stuff. Is just to make sure you have your maximum range stuff on when you're fighting him, because you want this fight to end as quickly as possible. Like you can see, this is getting really tight. Something I could do is like use bones to peaches on the bones that his ads drop, like after the first kill. So if you want, remember that just for some extra health, because here you can see I'm totally out of food, so like I'm pretty much praying at this point. So and hey, this is when I got my Armadyl helmet, so it's pretty cool that I was able to record that, and just showing you guys you can get, just with 2 kills you could get something awesome like an Armadyl helmet. So pretty cool. Hopefully this is helpful to you guys. Let me know if you have any feedback. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you found this useful. And yeah.